Good morning to everyone here today. I am Dr. Carla Peña, the delighted and proud principal here at Anita Dovalina Elementary School. First, I want to welcome you to our campus and thank you for making time to be with us during this historical moment in our community. As I prepare for my welcome today, I remember one of my favorite quotes by Eleanor Roosevelt: "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." This grand opening is the culmination of many wonderful dreams and the beginning of many more. I've had the opportunity to be part of the LISD family for the past 10 years, and I have seen firsthand what dreams can do. From the hard work of superintendents in leading the way in the planning of a bond, the building support from the community to pass the bond, to board members supporting and approving building plans, finances, and construction details. Also, our district staff supports growth by coordinating the moving, separation, maintenance, transportation of divided schools. And our parents, students, teachers, staff, elected officials, and community organizations are driving results and coming together to support the beginning of our students' educational journey in state-of-the-art facilities that once were a dream and now are our future. This morning's ceremony could not have been possible without the support of all the Dovalina staff, especially our leadership team, office staff, parent liaison, technology support, decorating committee, security staff, custodians, parent volunteers. Thank you so much for getting everything ready for today. I also wish to acknowledge, thank you so much. I also wish to acknowledge the Christian Middle School Parent Liaison, Ms. Herrera, her parent volunteers, and the school principal, Mr. De Leon, for their assistance with our beautiful decorations today. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Also, the Martin High School Administration, Principal Mr. Mireles, the Martin High Color Guard, Parent Liaison, and staff for their continued support for Dovalina students. I would also like to thank the Chick-fil-A Mall del Norte location and Tito Snacks for donating towards our refreshments today that we really hope you enjoy. We appreciate the LISD Construction Department, Custodial Department, Child Nutrition, and Division of Operations for the support. Y mi familia, quienes están hoy presentes, brindando su apoyo incondicional. Muchas gracias. Furthermore, as the principal of a National Blue Ribbon school, I serve as a spokesperson for my students and my staff who wanted me to share their thoughts on the new school. And I quote, "I am excited about the new library. I will get to read so many books and reach my AR goal with style." Courtney Reyes, 3rd grade. Estoy muy entusiasmado con la nueva escuela porque tengo muchas ganas de ver el nuevo salón de clases. Jesús Cepeda, 3rd grade. I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank you for donating money and time for my school. I cannot wait to see the inside. Ashley, 4th grader. And finally, I am so happy the school is finished. Thank you all. It was about time. Olivia Peña, kinder. On behalf of our students, teachers, and staff and community, muchísimas gracias for dreaming with us. To continue our ceremony, I would like everyone to please rise for the presentation of colors by the Raymond and Tirsa Martin High School Junior ROTC Color Guard and under the direction of Sergeant Major Juan Hernandez. The national anthem will be performed by the Laredo Chamber of Commerce School Bell Award recipient, our very own Ms. Jan Mora, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by the LISD Elementary School Teacher of the Year, our very own as well, Ms. Rosa Uvalle.
Reset, colors!
I was joined by my two students, Alessandra Chavana and Kaylee Rodriguez. They sing better than I do. Thank you so much. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order! Colors! Right! Face! Forward! March!
Thank you, Ms. Mora and Ms. Uvalle. Please be seated. And now I ask our Executive Director of Communications, Ms. Veronica Castillon, to assist with the introduction of our special guest. Ms. Castillon.
Thank you, Dr. Peña. Good morning, everybody. It's my pleasure to introduce our special guest joining us this morning, beginning with members of the LISD Board of Trustees on the stage, starting with our newest board member, the Honorable Rudy Morales, who happens to represent District 2, and that includes Dovalina Elementary. Also, we have the Honorable Board Member, Ms. Veronica Orduño, our Superintendent of LISD Schools, Dr. Silvia Rios, and you'll hear more from him in a little bit, representing the Trevino family, Mr. Fernando Dovalina, representing the Trevino and Dovalina families. We also have former LISD board members in attendance, the Honorable Tito Garcia, who served as board president during this entire project. Also, former board member, Webb County Constable, Guadalupe Gomez. We have members of the Superintendent's Cabinet. If you all would please rise and take a bow. Thank you for joining us. Representing the Webb County Justices of the Peace, the Honorable Juan Paz, Precinct 1, Place 1. Representing the Laredo College Board of Trustees, the Honorable Esteban Rangel. We have former City Councilman, Dr. Jacinto Juarez, who was Vice President at the college when this building was constructed, Dr. Juarez, joined by his wife, Ms. Diana Juarez, who used to be principal here. We also have former Laredo College President, Dr. Ramon Dovalina. We're glad to have you here. Former LISD Assistant Superintendent, Humberto Trevino. Thanks to all of you for making time for us this morning. Our first speaker this morning was just named to the LISD Board of Trustees, and we welcome him, and we would like for you to give him a Dovalina Elementary School welcome. Please welcome Mr. Rudy Morales.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the LISD Board of Trustees and LISD family, welcome to Dovalina Elementary. We are excited and thrilled with your presence at the grand opening of this beautiful campus. Here at LISD, we strive to give our students the best, and this campus represents that. It's a state-of-the-art facility that has the child in mind, and what we want to make sure is that every kid in this neighborhood, La Ladriera, and the surrounding neighborhood always have the best, and that is always our commitment. So we want to thank everyone who made this vision a reality. On behalf again of the LISD Board of Trustees, thank you for your presence, and we will continue to do our very best to help the children of this area. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morales. Our next speaker has led the way for LISD to earn an exemplary rating with an A in academics, an A in finance, and 95 distinctions from the Texas Education Agencies. She's our instructional leader and superintendent, Dr. Silvia Rios.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for sharing in this celebration with us. Muy bienvenidos a todos que están aquí con nosotros en este día, porque este día es una celebración de todo lo que pensamos y, como se dice, dream about for our children. I want to begin first by thanking all of the community. And I want to take you back just a couple of minutes about what this process took. I want to begin by thanking our former Board of Trustees who had a vision for creating opportunities for our kids in every part of our district. It didn't matter whether it was north, south, east, or west. Every single child was going to have an opportunity to be nurtured and to be able to do the very best that they can. And I want to tell you that back in 2018, we did not foresee the pandemic. But there was a vision, a dream, as Dr. Carla Peña talked about. And that vision and that dream took 87 community meetings. It took the boundless work of our construction department, of all of our stakeholders, and now, and families and community, our teachers, everyone that was interested in the success of our children. Yes, Mr. Morales said it right, said it correctly. At Laredo ISD, we care about every child, and we care about the opportunities that we as adults create for our children. So I want to thank our former board, because it took meeting after meeting. Put this room here, don't put this room there. Is there going to be a courtyard? Is there going to be green space? What's going to happen? What are we going to do? It took work with the city for all of the permits that we got. It took work in designing how parents were going to drop off their kids. It took the opening and closing of different streets. And it just so much work. But here's the end result. It is for the good of our kids. And I also want to thank our current board with the expectation that they will continue the great work that has been done year after year after year by all of our LISD family. We talk about leading the way, and that is our new mantra. We want every single student, teacher, faculty member, support staff, community member to say that Laredo ISD leads the way because we lead with heart. That means that every single child matters to us, that we put every single child at the forefront of everything that we do, that we inspire change, that we look to the future and find ways to be able to create those opportunities for change and for success for our children, that we support growth, not only for our children, but also for everyone who is part of our LISD family. And it doesn't matter whether you have a title or not. That growth means that we are growing ourselves so that we can be better for our children, and that's our guide. And then finally, that we drive results. That every single thing that we do is intentional, and it is intentional with the thought in mind that every child will succeed. Not maybe, but no, they will succeed. And so I want to thank our community. I want to thank all of our construction department, every single person here at Dovalina. We just put in some grass a little while ago. You're going to see the front parking lot that really does not belong to LISD, but because we're working with the community, our LISD has already committed to paving it, and you saw it, and eventually that new space will allow more of our visitors to come and share in our schools. I also want to thank our cabinet, because our cabinet, as well as every single teacher and administrator within LISD, works towards one goal, so that every child can realize his or her dream. So with that thought in mind, thank you so very much for attending this celebration, because it is. And to the Dovalina family and to the Trevino family, you're part of that LISD leading the way with heart, inspiring change, supporting growth, and driving results. Because we know that you and your family members set a standard, and that standard was set for all of our children. But more importantly, it is set for the adults and for our community, so that we continue the great things that began in 2018 and now will extend into the next decade for our Laredo ISD. Thank you so much, and we hope that you will enjoy this wonderful visit. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rios. We're so pleased to have with us this morning members of the Dovalina and Trevino families. And they have traveled from all over to be with us today. And we're especially happy to have the son of the late Anita Trevino Dovalina to provide a response on behalf of the family. Mr. Dovalina. Mr. Fernando Dovalina.
Who was Anita T. Dovalina? Mom was a school teacher, and she also was a school principal. But before all that, she was an immigrant child. She came to Texas after crossing the Rio Grande with her parents, brothers, and sisters. They were fleeing the violence of the bloody Mexican Revolution. When she arrived in a skiff, she was all of 7 years old. She knew no English, but that changed quickly. She went to school, mastered her second language, excelled in her studies and in sports, and when she finished high school, she dreamed of going to college and becoming a teacher, just like all the other teachers who had inspired her throughout her school days. There was a hitch, though. Her father, my grandfather, didn't believe that a woman's role was in higher learning or in a job. He believed she belonged at home. And since she was the youngest daughter, she should take care of her parents. My grandmother, Maria de Jesus Villarreal de Treviño, told me that story when I was a teenager. She said, I pleaded with him over and over and over again, but he was steadfast. No, 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 no va a ir, and that's it. So I asked, how did you change his mind? I started to cry, she said, and I wouldn't stop crying. I cried, and I cried, and I cried. He had to give in. She looked at me and cracked a smile. Mom went to college, the first person in her family to do so. It wasn't easy. The family was poor, and this was the 1920s and 1930s, a time when women found it difficult to go to college. But Mom persevered, and when she graduated, she began teaching at a small rural school in South Texas. She lived with a farming couple. One night at dinner, she asked what she was eating. She didn't recognize the taste of the meat. The woman used a Spanish word that had been derived from Nahuatl, the language of the Aztec peoples. It's tlacuache, she said, what we call possum, or what the kids here would tell us more correctly, a possum. She never again asked what was on her plate. Eventually, she found a job in Laredo schools. Here, at least, she knew the identity of the protein in her menu. She met my father, who was well known as a baseball player. They reared 3 children, my middle brother, Dr. Ramon Dovalina, who became president of Laredo College, my late brother, Carlos Hector Dovalina, the youngest, who taught in the Laredo schools, and me, Fernando Dovalina Jr. I'm the oldest. I became a newspaper reporter, a columnist, and a supervisory editor. And in retirement, I became a playwright. I also teach on occasion, and I like to tell my students, my first language was Spanish, but I made a pretty good living out of my second, just like Mom. And that last sentence is important because this story is not about us, it's about her, Anita Trevino Dovalina. And this story is about her life in the classroom, especially at McDonald Elementary, where she became an institution, teaching for decades, and where she became principal after getting her master's degree in education. I remember that she spent many weekends working on projects to make her classes more appealing to the kids she loved. She knew that many of them were poor, that sometimes they didn't have breakfast, that they often fell asleep in class for lack of energy, and had never seen a book in their homes. But she bought poster board, and scissors, and construction paper, and crepe paper for her displays. She knew that colors would appeal to the children's senses, so she picked vibrant colors. Canary yellow, forest green, sky blue, blood red, jet black, and pumpkin orange. She tailored the displays for the seasons, autumn, winter, spring, and the holidays, Halloween, Christmas, Washington's birthday. Like many teachers then and now, she paid for her materials with dollar bills out of her own pocket. She took an interest in her students' lives beyond the blackboard, sometimes protecting children from abusive parents. Mom also paid attention to the talents of her students. One of her sixth graders liked to draw in class. Mom said he depicted playful dinosaurs on the blank pages of his textbooks. There were no art classes at McDonald, but she encouraged the boy's gift and urged him to take art classes once he got into middle school, which he did. That, Amado M. Peña Jr. recently wrote me, was the beginning of an incredible career. I will always be eternally grateful to Mrs. Anita Dovalina. Peña earned his degree in art and became a world-renowned artist, producing impressive and highly prized art depicting Native American life. Mom influenced her own family too. After she graduated from Texas A&I, her two younger brothers, Mateo and Humberto, also went to college and earned their degrees. Most of her nieces and nephews and grandchildren also pursued higher learning. Many of them became teachers. One of her nephews, Vidal M. Trevino, was LISD school superintendent. My grandfather need not have worried about what Mom was going to do. My mom, the dutiful daughter, and my good father made sure that my grandfather and my grandmother had a home the rest of their lives. Mom died almost half a century ago, but her memory lives on with her family and her students and at this gathering. The Dovalina and Trevino families are grateful that the Laredo Independent School District is remembering and honoring her today by dedicating the new Anita T. Dovalina Elementary School. Thank you to all current and former board members who approved the project. Thank you in particular to Dr. Silvia Guerra Rios, Superintendent of LISD, and Monica Garcia, Board President. Thank you to Design Group International Architects and Lion Decker Construction, who designed and built this very impressive building. Thank you to Dr. Carla Peña, Principal of Dovalina School, Amber Almanza, Assistant Principal, all the teachers, librarians, and staff who honor Mom by following in her footsteps. Thank you to the LISD Communications Office for the beautiful design of the invitation. And to all the students of this school, I have a message that my mother would approve of. You are so smart. You are so talented. You are so hardworking. You can do this.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dovalina. We loved hearing about your mom. Awesome. And we'd also like to welcome our board member, Mr. Goyo Lopez. Thank you for joining us this morning. And now we are in for a real treat with performances featuring the students of Dovalina Elementary School. And we're going to start off with the Dovalina Elementary Ballet Folklorico, directed by Ms. Jan Mora. And after the Ballet Folklorico, we'll have a performance by the Dovalina Elementary School cheer team, directed by Edna Perez. And today we are debuting our new mascot. You'll see him around. His name is Willie the Wildcat. And now I hand the stage and dance floor over to the Dovalina Elementary School Ballet Folklorico. Great performance. Thank you so much, Ms. Mora, and your young dancers. And now I'll direct your attention back over here where the cheerleaders will welcome you with a cheer, Dovalina Elementary School style.
Ready? We're back again and better than before. DES, home of the world and maroon, yellow, white. That's right, maroon, yellow, white. That's right, singing back and one. We had a team to beat. Wildcats!
3 cheers for the Dovalina Elementary School cheerleaders. Yay! Good job, ladies. All right, folks, you've come to the moment we have all been waiting for. We're going to have the ribbon cutting ceremony. If you all would please join us in the grassy area. We're going to cut the ribbon right there in that area that's decorated with balloons. So please join us up there. Our board members, Dr. Peña, Dr. Rios.
4,